class again. Today I am going to start a new topic of that means subtopic of important topic of derivatives. As you know that in the previous class I have discussed about only derivatives of logarithmic function. That means we discuss properly how can we solve derivatives of the logarithmic function and relevant to all formula I have discussed in previous class. In this class we mainly focus about derivatives of exponential function. I think you know about exponential function. Do not like to have discuss about exponential function. I will start here properly. That means straightforward to topics. First of see here the derivatives of exponential function. Before starting, I want to explain you some important formula which has used here to solve derivatives of exponential function. First of all, you have to see first problem, first formula, which is very important for you. Derivatives of e to the power x with respect to x is equal to e to the power x. I think I have already discussed in previous class, that means in class 11th. All this formula has proved by first principle method, that means ab initio method. If you have time, you can solve, but in your class it is not important for you to solve all these problems by first principle or ab initio method. Still, if it is required, you can solve. And this is your first formula. Derivative of e to the power x with respect to x will be e to the power x. If you see in a whole function, it is the first function whose derivative will be same. That means derivative of e to the power x with respect to x will be e to the power x, and second will be derivative of a to the power x with respect to x will be x into log a. I want to again tell you, first of all, be careful here. A and e both is important. A and e both is important here, because a and e here, e is a constant. E is a constant. Not a constant means that it is a constant. It is also a irrational number whose value approximately taken 2.73, around 2.73, and a is also constant. A is also constant. That's why I have used that. A is a constant and e is also constant. In actual way, only there is single formula a to the power x, and using a to the power x, this formula is taken. How can you take it? Because a is a constant. In that case, suppose that I want to derive this formula using this formula. As you know that derivative of e to the power x with respect to x will be according to this formula. Here a is constant. Here a is constant, and as you know that e is also constant. That's why you can use formula. That's why you can use here formula, that means a to the x into log a. Why? Because here a in place of a there is e. In place of a there is e. If in place of a there is e, I think you can utilize this formula. Now you will tell me, sir, if in place of a is e, in that case, wait 1 second. Now look here. Here you see in place of a is e. Here, according to this formula, e is a constant. According to formula, a is a constant, as well as e is also constant. That's why you can use here formula. As you know that its formula will be x times log a. That's why you can write x times log a. X times a. Derivatives of a to the power x will be, sorry, I have written it wrongly. Derivatives of a to the power x will be a to the power x into log a. Sorry. Derivatives of e to the power x with respect to x. Sorry, be correct. Derivative of e to the power x with respect to x will be a to the power x, a to the power x, a to the power x. That means e to the power x into log a. Log a means that log here a is equal to what? E. That's why you can use here e. So, as you know that in calculus or in I have already told you, if there is no mention base, automatically you have to understand in particular calculus or in upper class, that means after class 10th, here base should be e. As you know that if their base will be e, then log e to the base e will be always 1. So its value will be e to the power x. That means derivative of e to the power x with respect to x is equal to e to the power x is a special case of a to the power x. In actual way, there is single formula in a derivative of exponential function. Now again I want to tell you, remember both formula, derivative of a to the power x with respect to x will be a to the power x into log a, while second formula, derivative of e to the power x, derivative of e to the power x is equal to e to the power x. Here there is a log a, and a derivative of e to the power x is equal to, with respect to x is equal to e to the power x. There are two formula. I want to again write a third formula for you. See here, derivative of e to the power minus x with respect to x. What is the its answer will be? See here, as you know that according to this formula, e to the power x, e to the power x, e to the power x is only differentiated with respect to x. If e to the power x is only differentiated with respect to x, that means e to the power minus x, e to the power minus x is only differentiated with respect to firstly minus x. That's why I want to write here derivative of e to the power minus x, first of all with respect to minus x. Again you have to differentiate minus x with respect to x. In that case, derivative of minus x with respect to x will be minus 1 into derivative of e to the power minus x with respect to minus x will be e to the power minus x, which is your correct answer or required answer of this formula. That means remember it, that whenever you get derivative of e to the power minus x with respect to x, you have to always write minus e to the power minus x. So in your whole chapter there are only 3 formula, and I want to tell you this formula is very important. E to the power x and a to the power x, both formula in actual way this is single formula in whole chapter, but still you have to remember all these formula during solving, because when you are giving objective questions solve, it will definitely save your time. That's why I am always telling to you all methods and all formula you have to remember. Now proceed towards your chapter solutions. I want to discuss some important type problems. First of all, see here some important, that means some simple pattern questions. That means, as you know that in your exercise it has not given only, or it will not give you simple problems. That means add a to the power x, c to the power x, 5 to the power x. Definitely it will make complex function or composite or in form of composite function. In that case I will definitely provide you some particular way, or that means, as you know that in the previous class always we will discuss only different kinds of problems which is relevant to composite function. That's why I will again discuss here different kinds of composite function. I want to again tell you, suppose that there is some important points. Suppose that there is a function y is equal to a to the power fx, and you have to differentiate this function. How can you differentiate? As you know that in the previous class I have already told you, first of all you have to differentiate with respect to x according as you have to differentiate with respect to x, but as you know that you can't differentiate this function with respect to x. That's why I want to first of all differentiate a to the power fx with respect to fx. Why? Because this is, suppose that this is x, this is x. As you know that a to the power x is only differentiated with respect to x. That's why I want to have differentiate with respect to x. Again you have to differentiate fx with respect to x. This is your second term. Now, as you know that derivative of a to the power fx will be what? I have already written about it. X into, a to the power x, that means a to the power fx into log a, that means log fx. Log a, that means log a into derivative of fx, you can write f dash x, or you have to differentiate what has given here function. Now this is your first point, and you have to proceed by this way. Suppose that there is function as y is equal to e to the power fx. How can you proceed? Similar way you can write here dy dx will be derivative of e to the power fx with respect to fx. Again you have to differentiate fx with respect to fx. In that case you will again get e to the power fx, derivative of e to the power fx with respect to fx will be e to the power fx into derivative of fx will be f dash x. That means you can differentiate what has given here function, it depends upon it. Now I want to start your main problems of your exercise or your examples. Thereafter you will easily solve your different kinds of problems. First of all, in your example, see here example 50. It says you have to differentiate only. Differentiate. That means you have to differentiate given function with respect to x. First function will be, suppose that y is equal to x to the power 8 plus 8 to the power x. X to the power 8 plus 8 to the power x. Now I want to tell you one important point. Do you know what is the difference between derivative of x to the power n with respect to x and derivative of a to the power x with respect to x? Here x is a variable. X is a variable while here a is a constant. Only this difference. And here n is a constant. Here x is a variable. That means variable is replaced by constant and constant is replaced by variable. Only you have changed here 2 points. That's why its formula will also change. Derivative of x to the power n is equal to n into x to the power n. Here you will get a to the power x into log a. You can see, don't confusing about taking these kinds of problem. While you are solving problems, be careful by taking it. Here x is, when x is variable, then you have to use this formula. When a is constant, then you have to use this formula. When you get x to the power any constant, then you can use this formula. But when you get constant, that means if you want to write, you can write here variable to the power constant. And this is what? Constant to the power variable. And third, in next class, that is next or next, you will again discuss variable to the power variable. That will be solved a totally different way. That's why I do not like here discuss it. And third will be constant to the power constant. Constant to the power constant is always constant. That means 5 to the power 3. This is constant. Its derivative will be always 0. That's why don't confuse by taking it. Now I want to solve this problem. If you see this problem, it looks very easy. Why? Because you have to differentiate on both sides with respect to x. You will get dy dx. You can write a differentiate on both sides when you are giving subjective type examination. The derivative of y with respect to x, which will be dy dx. Again, you have to differentiate. That means derivative of x to the power 8 with respect to x plus derivative of 8 to the power x with respect to x. Now, as you know that derivative of x to the power n with respect to x will be n times x to the power n minus 1. That's why you can write 8 into x to the power 8 minus 1. That means 7 plus derivative of a to the power x is equal to a to the power x into log a. That means a to the power x. That will be 8 to the power x into log a. What is log a? Log a is equal to log 8. That's which is your correct answer of this problem. Now again take next question for you. Next question is given y is equal to e to the power sin x. And you have to differentiate this function. How can you differentiate? It is also very easy. You have to first of all differentiate this function with respect to x. As you know that e to the power sin x cannot directly differentiate with respect to x. That's why I will use here firstly differentiate e to the power sin x with respect to sin x. Because I have already told many times about it. As you know that sin is suppose that sin x is a single term, that as a y or suppose that p, in that case it becomes e to the power p. As you know that e to the power p is only differentiated with respect to p. That's why I want to have differentiate with respect to sin x with respect to sin x with respect to sin x e to the power sin x. That means whole function e to the power sin x first of all is differentiated with respect to sin x. And again, as you know that this the sin x has taken here forcefully, so you have to balance it. In order to balance, I have taken in also in numerator d sin x, so that it looks as a balance in balance form. Finally, you can differentiate e to the power sin x with respect to sin x. As you know that I have supposed sin x is equal to p. If sin x is equal to p, it will be e to the power p. Derivative of e to the power p with respect to p will be e to the power p. So that's why its answer will be e to the power sin x, e to the power sin x. And second term, derivatives of sin x, which will be what? Cos x, which is your required answer of this question. See again, next problem for you, which is your third problem. I think it is also very easy. Y is equal to e to the power x square. How can you solve? It is also very easy. See here, you have to simply differentiate on both sides with respect to x. In that case, you will get derivative of y, that means derivative of e to the power x square with respect to x. Now, as you know that you can't differentiate this function completely in first time. That's why I want to differentiate e to the power x square with respect to x square. Again, you have to differentiate e to the power x square with respect to x. And e to the power derivative of e to the power x square with respect to x square will be e to the power x square, and derivative of x square with respect to x will be 2x. That's why I want to write here 2 to the power 2x into e to the power x square. This is your correct answer. Now, I want to again take next problem for you. See here, this is your question 3rd. Now, I want to take next question for you. See here, question 4. In question 4, it has given that y is equal to e to the power 10ax. 10ax. How can you solve this problem? It is also very easy. First of all, you have to solve right here. Differentiating on both sides with respect to x, you will get derivative of e to the power 10ax with respect to x. And you know that this function cannot be differentiated with respect to x directly. That's why I want to differentiate this function with respect to according as it derivative of y with respect to x will be derivative of e to the power 10ax with respect to 10ax. With respect to 10ax. Why? Because 10a e to the power any terms, if e to the power is given, any terms suppose treated as a single term, and you have to differentiate with respect to that single term. In that case, it will definitely give your appropriate answer. Now, as you see here, e to the power derivative of e to the power 10x with respect to 10x. Again, you have to differentiate 10ax with respect to ax. Why I have differentiated with respect to ax? Because I have already told you 10 theta is only differentiated with respect to theta. Again, you have to differentiate ax with respect to x. Now, see here, derivative of e to the power x. Suppose that this is capital X. This is capital X. In that case, it looks at e to the power capital X. And derivative of e to the power capital X with respect to capital X will be e to the power capital X. That means e to the power 10x. Into derivative of 10ax with respect to x will be always sec square ax, and derivative of ax with respect to x will be a is constant, so you can take a common out of this derivative terms, and derivative of x with respect to x will be 1. That's why I want to write here a times sec square ax into e to the power 10ax. I have done nothing, only write in simplest form. Now, I want to solve question 5. See here, in question 5 it has given y is equal to a to the power root under 1 plus x square. A to the power root under 1 plus x square. How can you solve it? It is so easy. Simply you have to write here first of all differentiate on both sides. Thereafter you will get derivative of y with respect to x will be dy dx in LHS, and similarly in RHS you will get e to a to the power root under 1 plus x square with respect to x. But you can't differentiate it directly. That's why, as you know that this is single term. Suppose that this is your capital X. In that case, you have to differentiate a to the power capital X with respect to capital X. That's why I want to differentiate this function. Derivative of 1 plus x square with respect to 1 plus x square. Again, you have to differentiate root under 1 plus x square with respect to which function? 1 plus x square. Why? I have already told you, root under 1 plus x square cannot be differentiated with respect to x. Why? Because if you suppose this, as you know that this square root is an outer function. Outer function and inner function is 1 plus x square. We have to differentiate outer function with respect to first of all inner function. This root and I have already told you also in a formula, derivative of root x is only with respect to x. In place of x it is a 1 plus x square. If you suppose 1 plus x square is capital X, in that case it becomes root under x. And as you know that root under x is only differentiated with respect to root under x. Now you have to differentiate again 1 plus x square with respect to x. I think you can differentiate this function with respect to directly. Now see here, derivatives of a to the power suppose that this term is single term capital X. In that case, derivative of a to the power capital X with respect to capital X will be a to the power capital X, that means a to the power root under 1 plus x square into log a into log a. Here log a you have to write here, and derivative of root 1 plus x square with respect to 1 plus x square will be 1 upon 2 root under 1 plus x square. Suppose that this term is p. In that case, it becomes root under p. Derivative of root under p with respect to p will be always 1 upon 2 root p. That's why I have written here 1 upon 2 root under 1 plus x square. Again, you have to differentiate 1 plus x square with respect to x. It will be 2x. Now you can write here 2x by root under 1 plus x square into log a into a to the power root under 1 plus x square, which is your required answer of this question. I think you understand very well. Again, take next question for you. As I have told you, in place of a, there may be any constant. Not necessarily always you will use here a, maybe 10 root 2 minus 5, any 5 7 root 2 10 1 upon 2, maybe any constant in place of a. In next question it is mentioned, that's why I have told you already. See problem 6. In problem 6 it has given a y is equal to 10 to the power log sin x. Now you have to differentiate this function with respect to x. As a fundamental concept, you have to first of all write differentiating on both sides with respect to x. You have to write here differentiating on both sides with respect to x equation first. In that case, you will get dy dx is equal to derivative of 10 to the power log sin x with respect to x first of all. As you know that this function cannot be differentiated with respect to x, that's why I want to differentiate this function, that means 10 to the power log sin x with respect to which function? Log sin x. Because in place of a there is given 10 and this is single term, you have to suppose this is single term, suppose that this is p. A to the power p, here in place of a is equal to 10, a to the power p, you have to differentiate with respect to firstly p, that's why I want to differentiate this function with respect to log sin y. Again you have to differentiate log sin x with respect to which function? As you know that this is a log outer function is a log and inner function is sin x. Log suppose that this term is capital X. In that case it looks as a log capital X. Log capital X is only differentiated with respect to capital X. That's why I want to differentiate first of all with respect to x, sin x. Again you have to differentiate sin x with respect to x. Now if you see e to the power log sin x, a to the power, suppose that this is capital X, a to the power capital X with respect to capital X, a to the power capital X with respect to capital X will be a to the power x, that means what is a 10 into log sin x into a to the power capital X into log a, what is that? A log 10 into derivative of log sin x. As you know that log, suppose that this is p, it becomes log p. Derivative of log p with respect to p will be 1 upon p. That means 1 upon sin x. Derivative of sin x with respect to x will be cos x. I want to tell you, sometimes students do a bit kind of mistakes. That's why I want to repeat you again. You can't take log 10 is equal to 1. Because I have already told you, when you discuss about log 10 to the base 10, that will be 1. This is correct. But if you take it in base e, as I have already told you, if there is no mention about base, you have to always automatically understand there should be e. So, as you know that log 10 with to the base e will be not 1, log 10 to the base 10 will be 1. I think you understand very well. Again take next question 7. There is no space, that's why I want to run this part. See here question 7. Y is equal to e to the power 2 times log 10 5x. Now you have to solve this question. How can you solve this problem? Before starting, first of all, if you see this problem, you have to write here differentiating on both sides if you have time, or you giving of subjective type examination, differentiating with respect to x equation first on both sides. On both sides, you will get the derivative of y with respect to x will be dy by dx. Derivative of e to the power 2 log 10 5x with respect to which function? X. And you know that you cannot differentiate this function with respect to x. That's why I want to write firstly derivative of 2 e to the power some terms. E to the power some terms. Suppose that this term is p. That means 2 times log 10 5x with respect to which function? 2 times log 10 5x into, again you have to differentiate 2 times log 10 5x with respect to which function? 10 5x into derivative of 10 5x with respect to which function? 5x. Again you have to differentiate 5x with respect to x. Here I have used 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes you will cover only 2 terms, sometimes you get 3, maybe many times it depends upon complexity of your question. Now if you see e to the power, derivative of e to the power some terms, as you know that I have already told, suppose that this is your p. If this is p, derivatives of p e to the power p with respect to p will be e to the power p. That's why I want to write here e to the power 2 log 10 5x. And in second term, derivative of, as you know that this 2 is a constant, so you can take out of this derivative terms, and derivative of log 10 5x will be what? 1 upon 10 5x. Derivative of log, suppose that this is capital X. If this is capital X, derivative of log capital X will be with respect to x will be 1 upon x. That's why in place of x there has given 10 5x. That's why I want to write here 1 upon 10 5x. Derivative of 10 5x with respect to 5x will be sec square 5x. And derivative of 5x with respect to x will be 5, which is your correct answer of this question. You can arrange 2 times 5 will be 10. 10 you have to write 10 into e to the power 2 log 10 5x and 1 upon 10 5x. And sometimes you will face answer of this question will not meet in your books. What is the reason behind it? I will again rub this part firstly, then I will simplify it. 5 to the 10 sec square 5x divided by 10 5x. I want to write here. It will be 10 into sec square 5x divided by 10 5x. What is the reason behind it to simplify it? There is simple reason. Because when you solve this problem sometime in your next class or after 2 or 3 class, I will discuss about when you will face a problem in which function is given in variable to the power variable. In that case, you will utilize this method to solve these kinds of problems in simple manner. See here, you can solve this problem so easily. You can solve this problem so easily. Now you will tell how can you solve this problem so easily? I want to again tell you. See here, e to the power 2 log 10 5x can be written as, I want to simplify separately firstly. Here, e to the power 2 log 10 5x. Can you write e to the power log 10 square 5x? Because when these two will go in its magnitude portion, it will be log 10 5x whole square. Log 10 5x whole square, that means 10 square 5x. 10 square 5x. You can write as it is so, if you wish. Now, in logarithmic chapter in your secondary classes, you will discuss about, you will definitely learn about derivative e to the power log a fx will be always fx. This is very important property of logarithmic function, and I think try to remember this property, because when you will solve it, I will definitely use many times in your next class when I will discuss the derivative of variable to the power variable function. I will use directly this term, this property of log. That's why you have to remember and try to write in important parts of your notes or formula page. And that's why if you see here, there is base what? I have already told you there will be e to the power e. That means this both term will be common. So E and E common, that's why you can write 10 square 5x. I have not seen already this question, or not it becomes very easy for you, because it becomes very easy, because in question it has given e to the power 2 log 10 5x. If you simplify, it becomes 10 square 5x. Now you have to differentiate simply. No need of using formula of exponential function. Simply you will get 2 times. Now you can write here, it's after simplified form, you will get here 10 square 5x. 10 5x cancels this term time, 10 5x times. Finally you will get 10 into 10 5x into sec square 5x. I think you understand. You can also solve this problem after simplification. So I am always telling you, whenever you face given problem is more in complex form, try to simplify that questions, because when you will simplify, it becomes so easy for you, and it will save your time and complexity of that your problems, and you will easily solve your problems. Again, see your next question. Question 8. I think you can solve this question again yourself. This is a very easy problem, but I want to give you some other methods to solve this problem. If you will tell me, I will hint you only to solve this problem. This is nothing, it is very easy. Still, if you tell me, I will solve first matter. See here. Why do we use here two methods? Because this function having some complexity. That means a function is more complicated. That means a square root, cube root, or in inner parts there are two terms in question form. That's why you can use another method. First of all, I will suggest to solve this problem simplest method. That means you have to differentiate on both sides dy dx with respect to derivative of 1 plus e to the power x divided by, root under 1 plus e to the power x divided by 1 minus e to the power x with respect to x. And you know that you can't differentiate with respect to x, so you have to differentiate firstly derivative of this is a square root function. That's why I want to differentiate this function with respect to which 1 plus e to the power x divided by 1 minus e to the power x. Again you have to differentiate 1 plus e to the power x divided by 1 minus e to the power x with respect to which x. I think you will definitely get its answer will be 1 upon 2 root under 1 plus e to the power x divided by 1 minus e to the power x. And how can you differentiate it? It will be very easy. You have to apply here quotient rule. You have to firstly take 1 minus e to the power outer side, and you have to differentiate 1 plus e to the power x. As you know that I do not like to write here one by one step one by that. I have taken this term common, and you have to differentiate this above function, that means numerator function. As you know that derivative of 1 plus e to the power x, 1 plus e to the power x, 1 is a constant, that's why its derivative will be 0, and the derivative of e to the power x will be e to the power x. So you can write here e to the power x minus. Again you have to take here 1 plus e to the power x outer side and differentiate 1 minus e to the power x. Derivative of 1 minus e to the power x, again it will be minus e to the power x. Why? Because this is minus sign. Due to this minus sign, I have taken the here minus sign, and one derivative of 1 will be constant, and simply you have to write in denominator derivative of square of denominator function. And now you have to manipulate simply. Some terms will be automatically vanishes there, and finally you will get its actual answer. Now again, I am telling you second method to solve this problem. How can you solve by second method this question? The second method is also very easy for you. Whenever I will suggest you, whenever you will face given problem is more complicated, that means given in given function there are more than two terms, and both term is given in square root form, cube root form, then you have to use always logarithmic function. Now you will tell me, sir, how can we use logarithmic? As any equation, you can multiply on both sides by any factor, on divide any factor except 0, and you can subtract and you can add. Similarly, here you can apply on both sides log in a trigonometric function frequently. So now I want to firstly write here taking log on both sides. When we take log on both sides, you will get here log y, and it will be log square root of 1 plus e to the power x divided by 1 minus e to the power x. As you know that this is a whole to the power, that means whole to the power 1 by 2. What does it represent root? It represents definitely whole to the power 1 upon 2. After using a logarithmic property, it will come here 1 upon 2. Will it come here? So now 1 upon 2 into, can you apply here quotient rule of log? That will give you here log 1 plus e to the power x minus log 1 minus e to the power x. Can you write? This is what? This is your log y. Now you have to differentiate this function with respect to x directly. If you differentiate this function with respect to directly, you will get here derivative of, you have differentiated on both sides with respect to x. So derivative of log y with respect to x. Again you have to write derivative of 1 by 2 log 1 plus e to the power x. 1 upon 2 is a constant, that's why I have taken out of it. Differentiating on both sides with respect to x minus derivative of log 1 minus e to the power x with respect to x. Now see here, derivative of log y, here I want to differentiate log y with respect to x. As you know that you cannot differentiate log y with respect to x, that's why I want to differentiate log y with respect to y firstly. When you differentiate log y with respect to y when you if you tell me I want to explain here derivative of log y with respect to x, you can't differentiate. That's why I want to firstly differentiate log y with respect to y. Again you have to differentiate y with respect to x. As you know that you have to find dy dx. Be careful by taking it. You have to find dy dx. Here you have to find dy dx. Don't confuse by taking it. Can I write derivative of log y with respect to y is equal to 1 upon y into dy dx? Can I write here? Now I want to write here 1 upon y into dy dx is equal to 1 upon 2. Now derivative of log 1 plus e to the power x with respect to x can't differentiate. That's why I want to differentiate 1 plus e to the power x with respect to 1 plus e to the power firstly. In that case you will get to 1 plus e to the power x into, now again you have to differentiate 1 plus e to the power x with respect to x. In that case you will get simply e to the power x. Why? Because 1 derivative of 1 will be 0 and e to the power x will be e to the power x. Sometimes you have to jump, always do not try to go 1 by 1 step. It becomes more lengthy for you when you will get more complex problem. Again derivative of log 1 minus e to the power x with respect to firstly 1 minus e to the power x, that will give you 1 upon 1 minus e to the power x into, again you have to differentiate minus e to the power x with respect to x, sorry 1 minus e to the power x with respect to x. In that case you will get what? Derivative of 1 will be 0 and derivative of minus e to the power x will be always definitely minus e to the power x. As you know that this minus and this minus will be plus, so that's why I want to write here directly plus. Now there is a simple step again you have to write here. What is the next step for you? See here. In general way, this method is used mainly in that case when given problem is variable to the power variable. But whenever you feel given function is in more complex form or more complicated form, more than 2 terms of combination of different kinds of function or cube root square root, that means in more radical form, that way you can use taking log, you can use by taking log on both side process. Now here 1 upon 1, if this term, when this term will give right side, it will be what? It will be dy dx is equal to y by 2 into e to the power x 1 plus e to the power x plus e to the power 1 minus e to the power x. What is the value of y? Value of y will be this. So can I write directly here 1 plus e to the power x divided by 1 minus e to the power x by 2. This is your dy dx. I want to again tell you one point important for you. You will tell me, sir, answer of both problem is different, but I will tell you, when you are trying to write in simplest form, it will be same in both cases. I think you understand. 1 minute wait. I will again take next question for you. 1 second. See here, next question for you. Next question for you will be question 9. I think this problem is very easy, you can solve yourself. And question 10 is also easy. Now I want to take question 11 for you. Y is equal to e to the power x. How can you solve this problem? If you see here, y is equal to e to the power x. Similar way, you have to again proceed differentiating on both sides with respect to x. You will get x. Now you have to compare in which formula for it will meet. Will definitely mean, sir, this is e to the power x. But e to the power, in place of x, there is given e to the power x. That means there is form of e to the power x. In place of x, there is given e to the power x. Don't worry by taking it. Simply now you have to write here. First of all, you have to differentiate e to the power x with respect to which function e to the power x. Again, you have to differentiate with respect to x. As you know that this is capital X and this is capital X. With derivative of e to the power capital X with respect to capital X will be e to the power capital X. That's why I want to write here. That's why I want to write here e to the power x into derivative of e to the power x will be e to the power x. This is so simple for you. Now next question, see here 12. There is given y is equal to a to the power sine inverse x whole square. Now I want to tell you firstly your formula, a new formula for you. Derivative of sine inverse x with respect to x is equal to 1 upon root under 1 minus x square, and derivative of cos inverse x with respect to x is equal to minus 1 upon root under 1 minus x square. Next formula for you, derivative of tan inverse x with respect to x will be 1 upon 1 plus x square. I think these three formulas are very important for you, and only you have to remember this formula and write to in your formula notes, otherwise everything is okay. Now if you see here the derivative of tan inverse x, I will discuss in more detail in your next class how will you get derivative of tan inverse x is equal to 1 plus x square, derivative of sin 1 upon root under 1 minus x square, derivative of cos inverse x is equal to minus 1 upon root under minus 1 upon root under 1 minus x square. There is also there are two methods through which you can solve this question. First method will be your first principle, that means ab initio method, and second method will be quite different, that means in alternative method I will discuss. And you have to remember firstly this problem, because in your next question 3 or 4 questions which is relevant to completely this formula. That's why I want to write here this formula. Now if you write here write this formula in your notes, I want to run this part and start with question. First of all, you have to differentiate this function with respect to x. In that case, you will get derivative of a to the power sine inverse x whole square with respect to x. As you know that you can't differentiate, so you have to differentiate a to the power sine inverse x whole square with respect to which function? Sine inverse x whole square. Again, you have to differentiate sine inverse x whole square with respect to which function? Sine inverse x with respect to, again you have to differentiate sine inverse x with respect to. Only I have taken here 3 steps. Now you will tell me, sir, how do you write? So you will see here simply, this is in which form? A to the power x. As you know that in place of x is given as sine inverse x whole square. That means suppose that this is p, a to the power p is differentiated with respect to p. Again for balancing you have taken here. If you take here, suppose that sine inverse x is p, in that case it becomes the p square. As you know that it looks at derivative of x to the power n, and derivative of x to the power n is only differentiated with respect to x to the power n. Sorry, only differentiated with respect to x. That's why I have differentiated with respect to sine inverse x, because it looks at p square, and p square is only differentiated with respect to p. Again you have to differentiate sine inverse x with respect to x. Why? Because it looks directly your formula about which I have already told you just before 1 or 2 seconds before. And if you differentiate this function, derivative, see here, derivative of a to the power p with respect to p will be what? A to the power p, a to the power p, in place of p there is given a to the power sine inverse x square into log a. a to the power p, that means a to the power sin inverse x square into log a into derivative of p square will be 2p. What is p? P is equal to sin inverse x into derivative of sin inverse x square will be 1 upon root under 1 minus x. I think you understand. Now see your next question. See your next question. In next question, 13, 14. Y is equal to e to the power cos inverse root under 1 minus x square. You have to differentiate this function. It is also very easy. Simply differentiate with respect to x. In that case, you will get derivative of e to the power cos inverse root under 1 minus x square. Firstly, you have to differentiate with respect to x. Again, you have to differentiate e to the power cos inverse with respect to which function? Cos inverse root under 1 minus x square. Again, you have to differentiate cos inverse root under 1 minus x square with respect to which function? Root under 1 minus x square. Again, you have to differentiate as a multiplication. I have already written about it. Derivative of cos inverse. Suppose that there is x. Derivative of this is capital X, and I have already told you derivative of cos inverse capital X with respect is only capital X. That's why I want to written it. Again, you have to differentiate derivative of 1 minus x square with respect to which function? 1 minus x square. Again, you have to differentiate 1 minus x square with respect to which function? X. These are 3 steps. Now you have to differentiate right here. Derivative of e to the power some term, that means p with respect to p will be what? E to the power p. Because I have already told you this is single function which derivatives will be same. Not derivatives, its integration will be also same. We will discuss in next class. That means another time. That means derivative I see here. Derivatives of cos inverse. Suppose that this is your x, capital X. In that case, according to formula, you will write, sir, its answer will be minus 1 divided by root under 1 minus x square. In place of x, there is given root under 1 minus x square. So I want to square this term. I think you understand. You have to square because in place of x, there is given root under 1 minus x square. Again, differentiate root under 1 minus x square with respect to 1 minus x square, which will be 1 upon 2 into root under 1 minus x square, and derivative of 1 minus x square, which will be minus 2x. Now you have to simply write here derivative of e to the power some terms will be same, e to the power cos inverse root under 1 minus x square into minus 1 by root under 1 minus, if you simplify it, you will get minus 1 minus plus x square. So it will be 1 minus 1 vanishes each other, and you will get x square in under root, and if you take out of this term, you will get minus 1 upon x into here minus 2x also. You can write here minus 2x and 1 upon 2 root under 1 minus x square. 2 cancel and x cancel, and you will get minus plus and minus plus. So I want to rub this part whole because it is totally vegetable. That means its answer will be this term into this term. Have you understood? Because here I have rubbed this some part because all terms are cancel each other. That's why I rubbed. You have to write. There is no space. That's why I have rubbed it. Now, see here next question. Question 14 and 15. Firstly, see here question 14. Y is equal to sin 10 inverse e to the power minus x. Firstly, differentiate on both sides. In that case, you will get dy dx is equal to derivative of sin 10 inverse e to the power minus x with respect to which function? 10 inverse e to the power minus x. Again, you have to differentiate 10 inverse minus x with respect to e to the power minus x. Again, you have to differentiate e to the power minus x with respect to minus x. Again, you have to differentiate minus x with respect to x. I think you understand very well. Derivative of sin theta, this is theta, with respect to theta will be cos theta, that means cos 10 inverse e to the power minus x into derivative of 10 inverse x. Suppose that this is p, 10 inverse p with respect to p will be 1 upon 1 plus p square, that means e to the power minus x whole square, that means minus 2x. If you take e to the power minus whole square, it will be e to the power minus 2x. Simple math. Again you have to differentiate e to the power minus x. You can e to the power minus, you don't take here this term because I have already told you e to the power minus x with respect to x can be different. You can go also this way, but I always like to write here derivative of e to the power minus x with respect to x will be minus e to the power minus x, which is your correct answer. Next question here, 15. In question 15, it has given y is equal to root under e to the power root under x. Now you have to differentiate, simply write here dy dx. Differentiating a square root function e to the power, that means root under e to the power root x with respect to which form? X. But can't differentiate it. That's why I want to differentiate e to root under e to the power root x firstly with respect to which function? E to the power root under x. Again you have to differentiate e to the power root x with respect to which function? Root x. Again you have to differentiate root under x with respect to which function? Yeah, x. Now as you know, suppose that this is p. Root under p is differentiated with respect to p. Definitely it will be 1 upon 2 root under p. P, that means e to the power root under x into derivative of e to the power p with respect to p will be e to the power p, that means e to the power root x. Derivative of root x with respect to x will be 1 upon 2 root x. I think you understand all these questions. Again take only 2 problems I have left in your class. I want to also give some hint for solving this problem. Easy problems you can solve very easily, or not I will jump to it. Y is equal to e to the power ax divided by sin bx plus c. How can you differentiate c here? Dy dx is equal to, first of all we have to take this term outer side sin bx plus c. Now you have to differentiate e to the power ax. How can you differentiate? You have to write, I give you only jumping way. How can you solve in quick time? You have to differentiate e to the power ax with respect to x. But as you know that firstly you have to differentiate e to the power x with respect to ax. Again you have to differentiate e to the power x. Again you have to differentiate x with respect to x. In first case you will get e to the power x, and second case you will get a minus. Again you have to take e to the power x outer side, and you have to differentiate sin bx plus c with respect to x. As you know that sin bx plus c is only differentiated with respect to bx plus c. In that case you will get here cos bx plus c, cos bx plus c. Again you have to differentiate bx plus c with respect to x. In that case you will get only b, because derivative of bx plus c is constant, b is constant, b you can take common, and derivative of bx you will get simply derivative of c will be 0, and b, when you take b common, and derivative of x will be with respect to x will be simply b, and derivative whole square of derivative. In only single line you can write answer of all these kinds of problem. If you yes, I will again write answer of next question for you directly. I think you have also done a lot of practice in your previous class, so you can do also it. Simply you have to take outer side e to the power x minus e to the power minus x. Differentiate e to the power x plus e to the power minus x with respect to x. You will get e to the power x. Its derivative will be minus e to the power minus x. Minus. Again take e to the power x minus e to the power minus x, and differentiate. You will get this term outer side, and differentiate this term. When you differentiate e to the power x, you will get e to the power x. When you differentiate this term, you will get minus e to the power minus x, minus plus. So it will be e to the power minus x divided by whole square of denominator, that means e to the power x minus e to the power minus x. I think you understand. Now you have to simplify. You will get its answer finally. This is your answer. Now you have to simplify. I think I have done all problems relevant to these chapters, and in next class I will discuss something different, that means derivatives of inverse trigonometric function. And I will always suggest you, if you want to prepare very well before examination with your class, try to write in separate notebook all formula as trigonometric function formula, inverse trigonometric function, and as will I proceed towards derivative of different kinds of function. Take a page, a big size page, and write all formula. Write all formula and go write all formula as we proceed. That means firstly I have told about algebraic function. Again thereafter I will discuss trigonometric function. Then I have discussed about logarithmic function. Again I have discussed about exponential function. Thereafter I will discuss about inverse trigonometric function. So I want to always suggest or write all these formula a particular page, and whenever you are solving problems, take near to you. That will definitely remember easily for you. Do not you will not give you separate time for remembering that. Have you understood? Now I want to over your class, and in next class I will discuss again with you next topics with you. That means there required 2 classes for you. First will be I have to prove all formula which is relevant to inverse trigonometric function, and thereafter I will discuss different kinds of problem that will come under this topic. Thanks all of you. Bye again.